Council to lawmaker in Annapolis, the state Senator Catherine Pugh now wants to run Baltimore. ABC 2 News' Christian Schaefer will be covering Senator Pugh tonight. He joins us live right now. But the big news is what Billy Murphy's doing right now. Tell us about it.
Yeah, that's right, Jamie. Senator Pugh is the front runner in this race, and one of her big supporters, Billy Murphy, is at Courthouse East in downtown Baltimore right now as we speak. And what he's trying to do is to keep the polls open later than 8 p.m. The reason is what a lot of people saw this morning when they tried to go and vote. Long lines, polls not open on time. And so right now, Billy Murphy is at the courthouse trying to see if he can't get the time extended beyond 8 o'clock. Now, typically in Baltimore City and throughout the state of Maryland, if you get to your polling place before 8 o'clock, the judges will let you vote, even if it's after 8. But this would be an official action to hold the actual time open to even later. That's happening right now. Once we hear more about that, we'll bring you more here on TV and online at abc2news.com. As for Senator Pugh, she is the leader in this race. What she was doing today was going to polling places all throughout the city, trying to meet with voters here last minute, trying to garner as many votes as she possibly can. Everybody's talking about her as the front runner based on what they've seen in the polls. One of the big reasons that she has gotten that much support from those polls is all the support she's gotten from endorsements across the city. That's been key to her run this year. She's gotten key support from several of the larger churches in Baltimore City. Elijah Cummings has come out and support her. Most of Baltimore's senatorial establishment down in Annapolis has supported Catherine Pugh. Several other of the unions, including the Baltimore Firefighters Union, has come out in support of her. And so that helps at the polling places. People who are members of those unions, when they go in to vote, they can vote for whoever they want. But when they know their union is behind a certain candidate, they often tend to vote for that candidate. As for that controversy this morning, a lot of poll workers for Catherine Pugh showed up saying they were promised jobs, $100 today, to help people get to the polls, and there was not enough jobs for them. Senator Pugh, in response to that, said it amounts to nothing more than a misunderstanding.
We had an abundance of people show up this morning, people who didn't even go through our training, and so it was a little crazy. We got everything under order, but more importantly, people need work in this city, and they're looking for it. We're under every little rock and cranny where they can find it, and so we've probably hired over, maybe, I guess, 500-600 people or so for Election Day to make sure our polls are covered.
Yeah, speaking of crazy, anybody that went out to vote this morning noticed a lot of people trying to get their vote in before going to work, and they were unable to because some of their polling places weren't open yet. And so that is why one of Senator Pugh's biggest supporters, Billy Murphy, the attorney from downtown Baltimore, is at the courthouse right now trying to see if a judge will rule that the polls should be open later than the 8 o'clock deadline. When we hear more about that, we'll bring it to you here on ABC 2 News. For now, we're live in downtown Baltimore. Christian Schaefer, ABC 2 News. Let's send it back to you in the studio.
All right.